First
They've
set.
been able to put that aside and come out and give
Aryna
their
Sabalenka
best and
to
leave it all on
serve.
the court.
So here we go, second round, and a real
Play.
marquee second round match. Sabalenka to serve.
Love.
One thing we will see today are some solid serves from Sabalenka. She's a powerful serve. She can kick it. She can slice it, move it around the box.
Love. Azarenka is challenging the call on the left baseline. The ball was called in.
An early challenge here, so for her sake, the challenge will go her way, but it's on the line.
30 love. Azarenka has 2 challenges remaining. Love.
Important for Sabalenka to hold her opening service game, set the tone here, show who's the better ranked player and who has been the better player. Sabalenka plays with a lot of emotion, and I'm sure we'll see much of that come out today. A very fiery player. Plays with a lot of energy. Nice return from Azarenka. One of the best returners in the game, particularly when she was at her prime.
Deuce.
Seeing it in the first game, Katrina, how much off-speed stuff do you think we'll see in this match?
Maybe when they're walking around the net. That's the only change of speed or off speed we'll see.
Glad second service. Advantage Sabalenka.
Their game styles are very similar, Ted. Just, big serves, big ground strokes. Sabalenka will come to the net. That's the variety in her game. She's not afraid to be at the net. But I don't think we're going to see too many slices, maybe a couple drop shots here and there. That's about it.
Fault. Stop. Was called fault. It's out. Deuce.
Jaime Campenstall from Spain has been busy early in this match. He's the chair umpire.
Advantage Azarenka.
An early chance for the veteran to grab a lead.
Game Azarenka.
Well, that's interesting. That one got away from Sabalenka.
Yeah, she was in total control of that game. Was it 40 love? Yes, 40 love.
But there's Sabalenka. We see Katrina always looked like the ultimate hit-and-miss player, right? When she's hitting, it's unstoppable. She had 5 unforced errors in that game.
Yes, from the 40-love lead, did not really play effectively in that game. Vika did have 1 winner. But this is where the experience comes in from an Azarenka, knowing the opportunity that she has. No stranger to this stage of a Grand Slam. It's just the second round, but going up against a top player, she knows what that feels like and what she has to do to take control of her own game, a high percentage of first serves in, and keep Sabalenka on the defensive side with some deep ground strokes.
Love 15. Love 13.
Well, she had herself in the right position, got the mid-court return, had the open court, just overplayed it. As you mentioned, it is raining outside, so they are playing under the roof, which kind of changes the speed of the court just a tad.
(15-13).
With the way that the Louis Armstrong is constructed, there's a nice wind flow that is moving from the north end to the south end through the vents, the way that it's constructed.
That's called presidential knowledge.
30-all.
Other nice part for Azarenka would be if she's able to sustain play, in other words, be able to play a string of tournaments. In recent years, everyone understands the custody and domestic issues she's been fighting off court that have stopped that from her. She didn't play at Melbourne this year.
Correct.
Sabalenka is challenging the call on the right far sideline.
Sabalenka wants
The ball
to
was called
construct, getting
out.
Azarenka on the move and out of position. But so far early on, it's just too many unforced errors coming off of the racket of the young Belarusian. Oh, but that's it.
13-14.
Good challenge.
So that's a winner.
That is a winner. So Sabalenka has a chance.
Deuce.
Vika's one of the best ball strikers in the game, and Sabalenka can't afford to go toe-to-toe with Azarenka at this pace for the entire match. She has the ability to hit some heavier balls, some higher balls, looping balls, which is what she needs to be able to get those mid-court balls, shots, to be able to be more aggressive from the middle of the court. Like that.
Advantage
Wide, but at
Azarenka.
least that was more high arcing ball, change of pace, if you will.
Sabalenka is challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called out.
I'm not not sure she's going to have a twofer on this one.
People are getting tested early here too.
Advantage Azarenka. Sabalenka has 2 challenges remaining.
And everything you just described, Katrina, strikes me as being so against my perception.
Azarenka leads 2 games to love first set.
Oh, exactly. It's not her natural. Right. It's not her natural game. She has the ability to do it, but you know, early on, you're playing one of your idols, and you're the higher seed, the better player, supposedly, and I need to go out and make my mark or leave my mark. She had a great start in her first service game, and then it's faltered. So I'd like to see how she bounces back here with a desperate need of a hole.
Love 15.
Ted, I'm looking at the outfits this year, and they remind me of my Nike garb back in the 90s. The Andre Agassi look, if you will, with all the different prints and colors. Wow, good scrambling from Azarenka, and yet another unforced error from Sabalenka. Camp looking a little perplexed right now.
Love 40. Fault. Game Azarenka.
Wow, that was
Azarenka leads 3 games to 1 first set.
It's a big stage. It's an empty one, but it's a big stage.
3 big premier mandatory tournament wins. That's really what Sabalenka's done. It's grabbed everybody's attention. Sabalenka
15 love.
Touched on early, she parted ways with Dmitry Tursunov, who had been her coach during her rise. But during the pandemic, stopped, and Dieter Kindelman, the veteran who's coached a lot of top women players in recent years, is now with Sabalenka.
Love.
Most recently, Dieter was with Angelique Kerber. Kerber's recently gone back to her old coach. There he is, Dieter Kindelman.
40 love. 40-15.
Sabalenka giving herself a bigger margin of error moving forward, not going for the winner on the approach shot. That's why they call it an approach shot. You can just see the rain coming down outside of Louis Armstrong Stadium, which has canceled play for all of the outside courts. Only Arthur Ashe Stadium and Louis Armstrong Stadium with the roofs are in play.
Game Azarenka. Azarenka leads 4 games to
This
love.
is the
First
type
set.
of start I expected to see here.
Well, here's a simple measure of what you've seen so far. Azarenka has won 19 points. 14 have been unforced errors by Sabalenka.
That story tells it all. I mean, after the first 3 points of the match, Sabalenka has gone south. I first
15 love.
really got a good glimpse of Sabalenka a couple years ago when the U.S. Fed Cup team went to Belarus and won the Fed Cup title. And I had the chance to watch Sabalenka play each day and really admired her game, her intensity, her athleticism.
Correction was good. Replay the point. Sabalenka is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
An awful lot of challenges in these first 5 games.
Yes, he's been extremely busy here. Jaime Campensol.
30 love.
He made the overall, and it was a good one. Sabalenka trying to fire herself up,
Yes.
and that's exactly what she needs. She's been in this position before, her opening service game, and couldn't close it out. She's really struggled when she's gotten out of position in the court, when Azarenka's been able to drive her into the corners. She's made several errors from this position on both the forehand and the backhand when she's been in the corners.
Game Sabalenka.
Well, there's what
Azarenka leads
needed, so
4
she
games
gets
to
her
1 first
game,
set.
and no drama from 40 love. Well, that stands out. Still the last remnant of the 1964 World's Fair. That's what created this entire site. As had 2 baseball stadiums built on it. And in 1978 began this, the National Tennis Center, the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center.
First service. 15 love.
Ted, Sabalenka is the reigning U.S. Open doubles champ, but I haven't seen her bring those skills to the court or into play yet and trying to work her way to the net. I mean, Azarenka has amazing passing shots, but it is something that she needs to think of doing something different. To get the momentum on her side.
30 love.
But if Azarenka continues to hit with such depth, it's very difficult for her to come forward. When she's had those opportunities thus far, she's kind of made an unforced error in the middle of the court. Azarenka can do nothing wrong right now.
Exactly.
She's in such a great rhythm, playing with such confidence.
That's why she wants to get to the finish line of this set. Make sure you close this one out.
That's a good return from Sabalenka, taking it well inside the baseline, a good shoulder turn and nice extension, finding the opening down the line. She needs several more of those.
Game Azarenka.
Azarenka closes out the game.
Azarenka leads 5 games to 1 first set.
Very surprising first 24 minutes. Through the portals of this stadium. Actually, the 3rd iteration of this stadium. We showed you the Unisphere, the 1964 World's Fair. When this structure was originally built, it was called the Singer Bowl. Singer sewing machines. It may have been first venue that was commercially sold. This is the sponsorship name was sold. It was sold for the 64 World's Fair. It was still in existence when the USTA decided to move here in 1978, and they reconfigured it into the original Louis Armstrong Stadium.
Love 30.
Yeah, Ted, it was more of a football field, and they divided it, made 2 courts out of it. The original Louis Armstrong Stadium, and then the smaller grandstand, the original grandstand, which is always a fan favorite as well as a player favorite.
15-30.
My one nostalgia moment for the 2 weeks, I miss the grandstand. A lot of great matches on that little tiny court.
Yes. Well, the new one is starting to
it's beautiful.
have its matches as well. A couple years ago, that Del Potro team match was amazing. Yet another, yes, another unforced error from Sabalenka. Her 17th of this set. Great return.
First set. Azarenka, 6 games to 1.
Isn't that something? What a set. And Sabalenka needs a very quick regroup here.
It took 10 years to figure out
Second
how
set.
to build a stadium over
Azarenka to
Rash
serve.
Yes.
Stadium because of the size of it and the weight.
Railroad tracks right next door, right?
Yes.
Without encroaching on that right of way.
Well,
Love
that break
15.
must have helped. Sabalenka comes out swinging and finds the opening cross court.
Love 30.
Sabalenka still swinging from the hills, but putting a little more spin on it.
A 12-shot point there with no mistakes.
Yes.
You didn't see that in the first set.
Not from the Sabalenka end, for sure.
Oh. 15-30.
Now, even if that ball had gone in, Sabalenka would have left the entire court open. That would have been a ball that she should have taken back deep cross court to get back into position. Vika was standing there, so had it been in, it would have been an easy winner for Azarenka.
Oh. 30-all.
That's 4 pretty aggressive points by Sabalenka, even though the last 2 she's missed. She didn't miss
13-14.
No, well placed. A cute angle from the middle of the court. That's not easy to do. You can see Sabalenka steps up, gets behind that ball, makes the winner. Did not put that first one away and then couldn't put the second one away. Don't give Azarenka too many opportunities. Good scrambling, that's why it's always important to keep fighting. This has been down low enough that Sabalenka couldn't handle it.
That's the frustration of a doubles player.
Advantage Sabalenka.
These two could meet again in doubles here. Sabalenka, the Americans, defending champs, and Azarenka's playing with Ken.
Yes. Some fireworks on that court. She just looked indecisive on that. It's almost as if she wanted to hit a drop shot and then decided to push it long. Got caught in between. See, yes. Wasn't clear as to what she wanted to do.
Advantage Azarenka.
aggression is not a concern for Sabalenka. Playing with control is.
Game Azarenka. First game, second set.
Really strong hold for Azarenka. Sabalenka trying to come out of the timeout and put some pressure on. Azarenka saves two break points.
Well, Sabalenka did come out, put the ball in play, got ahead once again in that opening game of the set. Just unable to close it out. This is a critical game for Sabalenka serving. She has to hold in order to have a fighting chance here in the second set to keep some kind of pressure on Azarenka.
Oh boy, you can see Vika lining up that pass.
Love 15.
Vika loves targets,
Yes.
so if she can get herself in position, get her racket on it, there's trouble. That's too good.
Love 30.
This is like vintage Vika.
Exactly. It's a good call.
This is the Azarenka that we all admired. The early to mid-teens.
Love
Of
40.
course, saw her playing and winning a couple of the Australian Opens in her career, but one of these matches that really stands out for me, Ted, is actually one that she lost. And it was here against Serena in maybe 2003. It was like 7-5 in the third. It was an incredible match, a 3-hour match in the finals.
Let's second service.
But it was a level of intensity that they both had. But you know, Vika, the intensity, she never slowed down, never gave up. Was always fighting. And that's innate. That's something that you see today. She's always fighting.
Azarenka leads 2 games to love, second set.
Something you really can't teach.
I'm interested to hear you talk about this, Katrina, because I was wondering, Sabalenka is so powerful. And there have been matches in the last few years where other players have suggested that Azarenka didn't quite have the weight of shot that she once did.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Vika came back from having her child, she was really thin. She was too small. She didn't have any weight behind her shots at all. She was quick, but
Right.
2 years later, 3 years later now, she's really put some muscle on, and she does have that weight behind the ball.
Love 15.
Still doesn't have a big serve. I think that's something in her repertoire that she wished she had. Even in her height, she doesn't really have that 110, 115 mile per hour serve. She places it well, but not with a lot of power.
$15 all. $30-15. Sabalenka is challenging the call on the right far sideline. The ball was called out.
She doesn't believe any of the calls tonight.
Something to go her way.
Just out. That was a challenge. That was a good challenge, though. That was
Sabalenka has
just
2
out.
challenges remaining.
She also played her first match on one of the outside courts with Hawkeye Live. There are only lines persons on Louis Armstrong Stadium and Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Oh, Azarenka got there. What
Azarenka
a show
leads 3 games to love, second set,
Azarenka.
and by 1 set to love.
6-1, 3 love. Well, it's feels appropriate to roll out in New York the great Yogi Berra line. It's getting late early for Sabalenka.
Yes, it's a great line.
Love 15.
I mean, even the way that emotionally right now, Sabalenka is gone. Just even after that miss, the shoulders are slumping, the head is down, not walking with any intensity right now. These are the type of serves that I anticipated seeing from the beginning. We did see it in the first game, but we haven't really seen it since.
A few free points.
Yes.
We haven't seen that at all from him.
She was successful on that drop shot attempt. She has to change up the pace. She has to start giving Vika different looks. Visible signs of frustration. Now talking to her coach, who still can't understand what he's witnessing right now.
Well, pictures in that matchup tonight have been quite interesting. That's a nice finish.
14.
You had a very emotional, mercurial Sabalenka and a totally stoic coach. Barely blinked.
Yes, that was beautifully executed from Sabalenka. Well disguised.
Game Sabalenka. Azarenka leads 3 games
That was
to
a
1.
must hold, and
Second set.
Sabalenka did.
Yes, yeah, that was critical. Critical emotionally for Sabalenka to hold, get on the board. I can't say that she needs to take more chances because
No. More? Is that
she's
possible?
been, yeah, the chances have been there. She needs to be more consistent, keeping the ball in play and trying to get Vika out of position to break her rhythm.
Love.
I'm not sure she actually thinks she can come back in this match, though. Just looking at her
The
emotionally.
belief, right.
The fist pump here and there, but that's not going to cut it. That's what she needs. She needs some help from Azarenka, throwing in some unforced errors to help her out a little bit. Wow, a 1-2 punch from Sabalenka, set up by that beautiful return.
Well, there would be, at that point, Katrina might lead, because you touched on Azarenka's serve earlier. If there's a way for Azarenka to let Sabalenka back in, second serves. She's won just 3 of 11 as Azarenka.
Yes, it's a very weak second serve.
Here you go. Here's Sabalenka's opportunity to back on serve for the set.
Well, that was a first serve, but look at the depth that Sabalenka got down the middle of the court. So effective.
That looked like a first serve. That said, I don't want to hit a second serve. Much better.
13-14. Game Sabalenka. Azarenka leads 3 games to 2. Second set and by 1 set to love.
24. Let's see if she can get back on track, Ted. Some good first serves in. Some easy points. And some free points. Well done from Azarenka.
Low 15. $15. $13-15.
She's trying to pump herself up. You know, Ted, one of the things I was talking about the other day, with no fans, the players have been a little cautious in letting out these big screams, because typically these screams are during a raucous cheering of the crowd, and they're deflected.
13-15.
And with no fans, they sound a little bit obnoxious.
job. Well, there was an event today in her
13.
comeback win. Aryna Sabalenka had a moment that has gone viral on social. That will, I think, put a little caution into every player going forward the rest of this U.S. Open about, and its emotions, and it's all, as you said, a lot of things that normally get muffled by crowd noise.
Right.
But not this year.
And and you haven't heard as many outbursts as you normally would. And I think it is because there are no fans to muffle the sound. And so once you make one, you're like, oh, wow, that was pretty loud. Because it's almost echoing, particularly in the stadium courts.
(30-40).
It's more like in college, the college matches, the players are having these outbursts all the time, but they're having an outburst at or with their teammates.
Yes.
And so at least it's to someone or with someone.
And it's expected too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little bit different in the pros or at this level.
A little outside noise there on the most significant point for Sabalenka.
Second serve attempt, only 23% so far in this match.
Both players have attacked the other's second. And this time it's Azarenka that does it.
Second set.
And she moves to within 2 games.
Beautifully executed from Azarenka, and again, that return really got her in an offensive position. Was able to drive the second one into the corner and open up the court. It looks like the rain has ceased.
Which was in the forecast for it, but too late in the evening to hold players here. So the 4 singles matches were not finished.
Love 15.
They'll come back to finish tomorrow.
Ted, we've been here till 2 a.m. in the morning over the years, particularly on Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yes.
Late night sessions.
And that, Katrina, is where I will miss the fans the most. Because
Yes.
there is a different fan after midnight in New York.
Yes, there is. Great pickup from Azarenka off the
51.
baseline.
Nice.
Beautiful control. Just such good balance there, and just redirecting that ball down the line.
(30-15).
There you go.
30.
Really, would you guess, Katrina, the challenge for Azarenka, can she get to the finish line here without having to lay that second serve out there?
We shall find out.
She needs 6 points.
Well, she's smart enough to know that maybe she needs to take a little bit off the first serve to not have to hit the second serve. She's only hitting 92 mile-per-hour first serves anyways.
Oh, there's a
95.
help.
Oh, that was a big one.
14-13.
That's what I was saying before. That's a first serve. It says, I don't want to hit a second.
Right.
Which you totally understandable. And Sabalenka contributes for the charity. see an average difference in the speeds.
Oh, wow.
Game
Look at that.
Azarenka.
Beautiful.
Azarenka leads 5-2, second set, and by 1 set to love. Love.
The serve we haven't seen enough of tonight. She's such a beautiful serve out wide. Really takes the pace off of it. Puts a lot of that slice on it to tail away from Azarenka.
30
Another
love.
one down the tee. Sometimes when your back is against the wall and you start doing all the right things. It's hard to play your best tennis, right?
Here's the oddity. I mean, again, the score line indicates a lot. But coming into this game, Sabalenka had won less than 50% of her own service points. And we can't believe that that would have been the case coming into this match.
Game Sabalenka.
Well, that's
Azarenka leads
may
5
well
games
be
to
too
3,
little, too
second
late.
set.
She hopes not, but the kind of service game she needed an hour ago.
She started off that way.
Yeah, 3 points.
Yeah, no, she has not. It's been unfortunate for Sabalenka. She's had no consistency in her service games at all to be effective. By far, that's her best service game.
Led for service. Led for service.
Ted, if Azarenka does close this out and gets through to the next round, for those of us that have been around for a while, it won't be a surprise to see Azarenka's name in the third round. But for these youngsters who really missed her prime years are saying, who's Azarenka? Well, they're going to find out if she can keep moving forward and close this match out.
Sabalenka is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
That ball called good. Sabalenka was very certain about the challenge.
Yes.
And she needs to be. She needs to be right. She is.
15 on.
She's been pretty active and challenging calls tonight from the first or the second point of the match, I believe. Actually, Azarenka challenged the second point of the match, but Sabalenka has had several challenges throughout this match. Oh boy.
13-15.
Again, in a great position in that point, and then the final mistake.
And this is too bad because Sabalenka is so much better than this, but you can see she was standing straight up, never bent her knees to get underneath that ball, take it over the highest part of the net.
Out again.
14-15.
Well, that was when you're about to go down. Baseball, they used to call that swing hard in case you hit it. And that's what Sabalenka did on those last 2 shots.
Oh boy.
Man.
No, she's been doing that the entire match.
You said it so right, Katrina. She's way, way better than what we've seen tonight. And Azarenka's taken full advantage.
Yes.
Game 7 match Azarenka.
A
2 sets to
most
love, 6-1,
unexpected
6-3.
match. Not the victor, but the manner.
Yes.
In a blowout. Never thought either way this would have been a blowout.
Not at all, but kudos to Victoria Azarenka for getting back to a place that has been very familiar to her